Hello and welcome back to our channel where we explore the wonders of the world. Today, we are going to dive deep into the history of our planet, Earth. It is fascinating to think about how our planet formed and evolved over billions of years. In this video, we are going to explore the story of Earth and how it became the beautiful blue planet we know today. Our planet, Earth, was formed around 454 billion years ago. It was created from a swirling cloud of dust and gas known as the solar nebula. Over time, gravity caused the cloud to collapse, and the pressure and heat at the center caused the formation of the sun. However, Earth was very inhabitable. This is due to the early Earth was a hot, molten planet that was constantly bombarded by meteorites and asteroids. There was no atmosphere, and the surface was covered in lava flows and volcanic activity, and exceeded 4,700 degrees Celsius. Around 40 million years later, a protoplanet named Theia collided with the Earth that formed our moon. Over time, scientists believe around 4.1 billion to 3.8 billion years ago, Earth cooled, and water vapor in the atmosphere condensed to form oceans. The earliest forms of life, such as single-celled organisms, such as bacteria and archaea, began to emerge in these oceans. However, it took billions of years for life to evolve and become complex enough to thrive in the conditions of Earth's environment. 3.8 billion years ago, Earth started to cool down, and the temperature was gradually declining. Kenorland was a supercontinent that existed on Earth approximately 2.7 to 2.1 billion years ago during the Archean Eon. Kenorland is believed to be the very first supercontinent. Kenorland was one of several ancient supercontinents that formed and broke apart throughout Earth's history. It was a landmass that covered a significant portion of the planet, stretching across what is now North America, Greenland, Europe, and Asia. 1.1 billion years ago, Rodinia is believed to have formed during the Neoproterozoic era. It is thought to have been a continent that encompassed most of Earth's land masses. Rodinia began to break apart around 750 million years ago, eventually leading to the formation of new land masses. The snowball Earth is a hypothesized period of the Earth's history when the planet was entirely or nearly entirely covered in ice and snow, likely between 720 and 635 million years ago. During this period, it is believed that the Earth's continents were situated close to the equator, and the climate was much colder than it is today. As temperatures dropped, ice sheets began to form, eventually covering the entire planet. Earth may have been completely covered in ice for millions of years. The end of this period is believed to have been caused by a combination of factors, including volcanic activity, changes in the Earth's orbit, and the buildup of greenhouse gases that eventually led to a warming of the planet. The end of the snowball Earth period marked a significant turning point in the Earth's history, as the thawing of the ice led to the emergence of new life forms and the gradual evolution of the planet's ecosystem. 300 million years ago, new species emerged, such as giant ferns and horsetails. The late Carboniferous saw the emergence of new groups of reptiles and amphibians, including early forms of frogs, salamanders, and lizards. Then insects. The Carboniferous period was a time of great diversification for insects, with many new species emerging. Some of the most notable groups of insects to emerge during this time included dragonflies, cockroaches, and beetles. Although fish had been present on Earth for millions of years before the late Carboniferous, this period saw the emergence of several new groups of fish, including the first sharks. This brought more life to Earth, and it made it more habitable for life on Earth as temperatures are now stable at around 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, which is 68 to 75 Fahrenheit. Pangaea was the most recent supercontinent, forming around 335 million years ago during the late Paleozoic era. It was a landmass that included almost all of Earth's land masses, except for some regions in present-day Asia. Pangaea was surrounded by a vast ocean called Panthalassa, and it had a significant impact on the Earth's climate and environment. The breakup of Pangaea began around 200 million years ago and led to the formation of the modern continents and oceans. Pangaea began to break apart during the Triassic period, which began around 251 million years ago and lasted for approximately 50 million years. The process of breaking apart is known as rifting, which involves the gradual splitting of a single landmass into separate continents. The final separation of the continents occurred, which began around 66 million years ago. At this time, the separation of the continents was largely complete, with the modern-day continents taking shape as they moved into their current positions on the Earth's surface. 50 million years ago, there were more mammals. This is because the Earth's climate was much warmer than it is today, which created more favorable conditions for the evolution and diversification of mammals. The warmer climate provided a more hospitable environment for mammals, allowing them to expand into new habitats and diversify into a wider range of species. At this time, each day was 24 hours long, and the temperature of the Earth was 24 degrees Celsius, or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Around 4 million years ago, the climate in the Sahara Desert region was much wetter and more humid than it is today. During this period, the region was covered in grasslands, savannas, and even forests, and supported a diverse range of plants and animals, including early hominids. However, over time, the Earth's climate began to change, and the Sahara region became drier. As the climate became drier, the vegetation in the Sahara began to disappear, and the region gradually transformed into the vast desert we see today. This process was not sudden, but rather occurred over tens of thousands of years. Many people believe that Homo sapiens come from the Homo erectus and Homo neanderthalensis, and that we evolved in response to a changing environment and various selective pressures over hundreds of thousands of years. Homo sapiens is believed to have originated in Africa, specifically in the region that is now Ethiopia, around 300,000 years ago. Early Homo sapiens migrated out of Africa and into other parts of the world, eventually populating much of the globe. It is difficult to estimate the population of the Earth 100,000 years ago with any degree of accuracy. It is believed that the global population of Homo sapiens at that time was relatively small, likely in the tens or hundreds of thousands, which is nothing compared to nearly 8 billion people who live now and counting. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the incredible history of our planet, Earth. From the formation of the solar system to the emergence and evolution of life, and the countless changes and transformations that have shaped our world, we've explored some of the most fascinating and awe-inspiring moments in Earth's history. By understanding the incredible story of our planet's past, we can better appreciate the incredible complexity and beauty of the world around us, and work to protect and preserve it for future generations. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the history of Earth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content about the world we live in. See you next time.